So we are starting the chapter 7, Structural Organization in Animals. In the preceding chapters, you came across a large variety of organisms, both unicellular and multicellular, of the animal kingdom. In the unicellular organism, all functions like digestion, respiration, reproduction are performed by a single cell. In the complex body of multicellular animals, the same basic function are carried out by different group of cells in a well-organized manner. The body of a simple organism like Hydra is made of different type of cells, and the number of cells in each type can be in thousands. The human body is composed of billions of cells to perform various functions. How do these cells in the body work together? As you have already learnt in earlier classes, in multicellular animals, a group of similar cells along with intercellular substances perform a specific function. Such an organization is called tissue. You may be surprised to know that all the complex animal consists of only 4 basic types of tissues. These tissues are organized in specific proportion and pattern to form an organ like stomach, lung, heart, and kidney. When 2 or more organs perform a common function by their physical and or chemical interaction, they together form organ system, example digestive system, respiratory system, etc. Cells, tissues, organs, and organ system split up the work in a way that exhibit division of labor and contribute to the survival of the body as a whole. Organ and organ system we are going to read. The basic tissue you have learnt in earlier classes organize to form organ, which in turn associate to form organ system in the multicellular organism. Such an organization is essential for more efficient and better coordinated activity of millions of cells constituting an organism. Each organ in our body is made of one or more type of tissues. For example, our heart consists of all the 4 types of tissues: epithelial, connective, neural, and muscular. We also notice after some careful study that the complexity in organ system displays certain discernible trend. The discernible trend is called evolutionary trend. You will study in detail in class 12. In this chapter, you are being introduced to the morphology and anatomy of frog. Morphology refers to the study of form or externally visible features. In the case of plants or microbes, the term morphology precisely means only this. In case of animals, this refers to the external appearance of the organ or parts of the body. The word anatomy conventionally is used for the study of morphology of internal organs in the animal. We will learn the morphology and anatomy of frog representing vertebrates. We are going to start frog. Frogs can live both on land and in fresh water and belong to the class Amphibia of phylum Chordata. The most common species of frog found in India is Rana tigrana. Rana tigrana. Understood? They do not have constant body temperature, that is, their body temperature varies with the temperature of the environment. Such animals are called cold-blooded or poikilotherms. You might have also noticed changes in the color of the frog while they are in grasses and on dry lands. They have the ability to change the color to hide them from their enemies, that is camouflage. This protective coloration is called mimicry. What is called mimicry? You may also know that frogs are not seen during peak summer and winter. During this period, they take shelter in deep burrows to protect them from extreme heat and cold. This is known as summer sleep, that is estivation, and winter sleep, that is hibernation, respectively. समझ गए? समर स्लीप मतलब एस्टिवेशन और विंटर स्लीप मतलब हिबरनेशन. Next is the morphology. Have you ever touched the skin of frog? The skin is smooth and slippery due to the presence of mucus. The skin is always maintained in a moist condition. The color of the dorsal side of the body is generally olive green with dark irregular spots. With dark irregular spots. Understood? On the ventral side, the skin is uniformly pale yellow. On the dorsal side, it is olive green, and on the ventral side, it is uniformly pale yellow. The frog never drinks water but absorbs it through the skin. Body of a frog is divisible into head and trunk. A neck and tail are present. Above the mouth, a pair of nostrils is present. Eyes are bulged and covered by a nictitating membrane that protect them while in water. On either side of eyes, a membranous tympanum ear receives sound signals. The forelimb and the hind limb helps in swimming, walking, leaping and burrowing. Swimming, walking, leaping and burrowing. कौन सी हेल्प करती है? फॉरलिम्ब और हिंडलिम्ब. धीरे धीरे इसलिए पढ़ रहा हूँ ताकि आपके माइंड में चली जाए लाइंस. समझे बच्चे? The hind limb ends in 5 digits and they are larger and muscular than forelimbs that end in 4 digits. Muscular than forelimbs that end in 4 digits. जो forelimb होती है वो 4 digit में end होती है. ठीक है? Feet have webbed digits that help in swimming. Frogs exhibit sexual dimorphism. Male frogs can be distinguished by the presence of sound-producing vocal sacs and also a copulatory pad on the first digit of the forelimb, which are absent in female frogs. Important line है, एक बार और पढ़ रहा हूँ. ठीक है, ध्यान से सुनो. Male frogs can be distinguished by the presence of sound-producing vocal sacs. ठीक है? And also a copulatory pad on the first digit of the forelimb which are absent in female frog. कौन सी digit पे होती है? First digit पे forelimb की. ठीक है? Understood? आ रहा है समझ में? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Anatomy of the frog. The body cavity of frog accommodate different organ systems such as digestive, circulatory, respiratory, nervous, excretory and reproductive system with well-developed structures and functions. The digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. The alimentary canal is short because frogs are carnivorous and hence the length of the intestine is reduced. The mouth opens into the buccal cavity that leads to the esophagus through pharynx. Esophagus is a short tube that opens into the stomach, which in turn continues as the intestine, rectum, and finally opens outside by the cloaca. Liver secretes bile that is stored in the gallbladder. Pancreas, a digestive gland, produces pancreatic juice containing digestive enzymes. Food is captured by the bilobed tongue. ठीक है? Digestion of food takes place by the action of the HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, and gastric juices secreted from the walls of the stomach. Partially digested food called the chyme is passed from stomach to the first part of the small intestine, the duodenum. The duodenum receives bile from the gallbladder and pancreatic juice from the pancreas through a common bile duct. Bile emulsifies fat and pancreatic juice digests carbohydrate and protein. Bile emulsify करता है फैट और pancreatic juice जो होता है डाइजेस्ट करता है किसको? कार्बोहाइड्रेट और प्रोटीन को. फाइनल डाइजेशन टेक्स प्लेस इन द इंटेस्टाइन. दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. कहाँ पे होता है फाइनल डाइजेशन? इंटेस्टाइन. Digested food is absorbed by the numerous finger-like folds in the inner wall of the intestine called villi and microvilli. The undigested solid waste moves into the rectum and passes out through the cloaca. Digested food is absorbed by numerous finger-like folds in the inner wall of the intestine called villi and microvilli. Frog respire on land and in the water by two different methods. In the water, skin acts as an aquatic respiratory organ. In the water, skin acts as an aquatic respiratory organ, that is cutaneous respiration. Dissolved oxygen in the water is exchanged through the skin by diffusion. On land, the buccal cavity, skin, and lungs act as the respiratory organs. The respiration by lung is called the pulmonary respiration. The lungs are a pair of elongated pink-colored sac-like structure present in the upper part of the trunk-rind thorax. Lungs are pair of elongated pink-colored sac-like structure present in the upper part of the trunk-rind thorax. Air enters through the nostrils into the buccal cavity and then to the lungs. During estivation and hibernation, gaseous exchange takes place through the skin. समर में और विंटर स्लीप में जो एस्टिवेशन और हिबरनेशन में गैसियस एक्सचेंज होता है स्किन के थ्रू होता है. ठीक है. द वस्कुलर सिस्टम ऑफ फ्रॉग इज वेल डेवलप्ड क्लॉज टाइप. Frogs have a lymphatic system also. The blood vascular system involves heart, blood vessels and blood. The blood vascular system involves heart, blood vessels and the blood. The lymphatic system consists of lymph channel and lymph node. Heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body cavity. In the upper part of the body cavity. Understood? ठीक है. Heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body cavity. डबल बार इसलिए पढ़ रहा हूँ ताकि लाइनें आपके माइंड में सेट हो जाए, इसलिए अपन धीरे धीरे चल रहे हैं. इट हैज़ 3 chambers, 2 atria and 1 ventricle and is covered by a membrane called pericardium. A triangular structure called sinus venosus joins the right atrium. It receives blood through the major veins called vena cava. The ventricle opens into a sac like conus arteriosus on the ventral side of the heart. The blood from the heart is carried out to all part of the body by the arteries, that is arterial system. The veins collect blood from different parts of the body. The veins collect blood from different part of the body to the heart and form the venous system. Special venous connection between liver and the intestine as well as kidney and lower part of the body are present in frog. किस किस में होता है स्पेशल वेनस कनेक्शन? लीवर और इंटेस्टाइन में और किडनी और लोअर पार्ट ऑफ बॉडी में होता है. ठीक है. द फॉर्मर इज कॉल्ड हेपेटिक पोर्टल सिस्टम एंड द लेटर इज कॉल्ड रेनल पोर्टल सिस्टम. जो लीवर और इंटेस्टाइन में होता है उसे कहते हैं हेपेटिक पोर्टल सिस्टम, और जो किडनी और लोअर पार्ट में होता है उसे कहते हैं रेनल पोर्टल सिस्टम. द ब्लड इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ प्लाज्मा एंड सेल्स. The blood is composed of plasma and cells. The blood cells are red blood cells, RBC, or erythrocytes, WBC, white blood cells, or leukocytes, and platelets. RBCs are nucleated and contain red colored pigment, namely hemoglobin. Red colored hemoglobin. The lymph is different from blood. The lymph is different from blood. It lacks few protein and RBCs. It lacks few protein and RBCs. It lacks few proteins and RBCs. The blood carries nutrients, gases and water to the respective sites during the circulation. The circulation of blood is achieved by the pumping action of the muscular heart. The elimination of nitrogenous waste is carried out by a well-developed excretory system. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidney, ureters, cloaca and urinary bladder. क्या? Kidney, ureters, cloaca and urinary bladder. These are compact, dark, red and bean-like structures situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on both sides of vertebral column. Each kidney is composed of several structural and functional units called uriniferous tubules or nephrons. Two ureters emerge from the kidney in the male frog. The ureter acts as urinogenital duct which opens into the cloaca. In female, the ureters and the oviduct open separately in the cloaca. The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum, which also opens in the cloaca. The frog excretes urea and thus is ureotelic. 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 Excretory waste are carried by blood into the kidney where it is separated and excreted. The system for control and coordination is highly evolved in the frog. It includes both neural system and endocrine glands. The chemical coordination of various organs of the body is achieved by hormones which are secreted by the endocrine glands. The prominent endocrine glands found in the frog are pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal body, pancreatic, isolates, adrenals and gonads. The nervous system is organized into a central nervous system CNS, brain and spinal cord, and a peripheral nervous system, cranial and spinal nerves comes in the peripheral nervous system PNS, and an autonomic nervous system sympathetic and parasympathetic. There are 10 pair of cranial nerves arising from the brain. Kitni 10 pair of cranial nerves. Brain is enclosed in a bony structure called brain box, that is cranium. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain includes olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemispheres and unpaired diencephalon. Forebrain include olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemisphere and unpaired diencephalon. The midbrain is characterized by a pair of optic lobes. Midbrain कैसे characterized होता है? Optic lobes से, pair of optic lobes. The hindbrain consists of cerebellum and the medulla oblongata. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata passes out through the foramen magnum and continues into spinal cord, which is enclosed in the vertebral column. Frog has different types of sense organs, namely organs of touch, sensory papilla, organ of touch, that is sensory, papilla, taste, that is taste buds, smell, that is nasal epithelium, vision, that is eyes, and hearing, that is tympanum with internal ears. Out of these, eyes and internal ears are well organized structure. क्या eyes or internal ears are well organized structure, and the rays start cellular aggregation around nerve endings. Eyes in frog are a pair of spherical structures situated in the orbit in skull. These are simple eyes possessing only one unit. External ear is absent in frogs. And only tympanum can be seen externally. ठीक है, एक्सटर्नल ईयर नहीं होते हैं, बस टिम्पेनम रिप्रेजेंट करता है only externally, and only tympanum can be seen externally. The ear is an organ of hearing as well as balancing, that is equilibrium. Frog have well organized male and female reproductive system. Male reproductive organ consists of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes which are found adhered to the upper part of the kidney by a double fold of peritoneum called mesorchium. Vasa aphasia are 10 to 12 in number that arise from the testes. 10 to 12 in number that arise from testes. They enter the kidney on their side and opens into the Bidder's canal. Finally, it communicates with the urinogenital duct that comes out of the kidney and opens into the cloaca. The cloaca is a small median chamber that is used to pass fecal matter, urine and sperms to the exterior. The female reproductive organ include a pair of ovaries. The ovaries are situated near kidneys and there is no functional connection with the kidneys. A pair of oviduct arising from the ovaries opens into the cloaca separately. A mature female can lay 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. Fertilization is external and takes place in water. Development involves a larval stage called tadpole. Tadpole undergo metamorphosis to form the adult. Frogs are beneficial for mankind because they eat insects and protect the crop. Frogs maintain ecological balance because they serve as an important link of food chain and food web in the ecosystem. In some countries, the muscular leg of frog are used as food by man. Summary: cell, tissue, organ and organ system split up the work in a way that ensures the survival of the body as a whole and exhibit division of labor. A tissue is defined as a group of cells along with the intercellular substance performing one or more function in the body. Epithelia are sheet-like tissues lining the body surface and its cavity like duct and tubes. Epithelia have one free surface facing a body fluid or the outside environment. Their cells are structurally and functionally connected as junctions. The Indian bullfrog Rana tigrana is the common frog found in India. Body is covered by skin. Mucous glands are present in the skin which is highly vascularized and help in respiration in water and on land. Body is divisible into head and trunk. Thorax मत कर देना, ठीक है, ऑप्शन में कंफ्यूज करने के लिए आएगा तो. Muscular tongue is present which is bilobed at the tip and is used in capturing the prey. The alimentary canal consists of esophagus, stomach, intestine and rectum which opens into the cloaca. The main digestive gland are liver and pancreas. It can respire in water through skin and through lungs on land. Circulatory system is closed with single circulation. वाह भाई, single circulation. RBC are nucleated. Nervous system is organized into central, peripheral and autonomic. The organ of urinogenital system are kidney and urinogenital duct which open into the cloaca. The male reproductive organ is a pair of testes. The female reproductive organ is a pair of ovaries. A female lays 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. The fertilization and development are external. The egg hatch into the tadpoles which metamorphose into the frogs. With this, we complete the chapter. Thank you.